it might actually help if I unmute my microphone. You know what I mean? So, oh my goodness. Well, hello guys. We're currently streaming on several different things. What's up? So, I have a new setup here, guys. Check it out. Check it out. So, I've got an animated background. Oh goodness. I got an animated background and I kind of got a new setup, guys. You can check out, I've got little things going on. I have a new mic. So, well, it's all right. We don't talk ugly here. So, I have a new mic. Check it out, guys. New mic right here, and it's on a stand to where every time I have to type, it doesn't sound like I'm Dave Grohl drumming along, because my mic used to sit on my desk. I'm still not used to the new mic, guys, but check it out. So I put this together, just me. Just me. I put this together running on my computer, so that's awesome. So I have lots of different setup, different screens here. Our chat is looking pretty cool. Below me is stuff and things that you can get, the different shows that I do. This Week in BS, The Science of, Oral Audacity, also different merch you can get. I've seen other people do that, which is kind of cool. So I thought I'd throw it in here. So have to say thank you to Peter for updating the patron video. So awesome. Thank you so much for that. The chat is only cool when I'm here. The chat is always cool when you're here, man. So thank you to Peter for updating the patron video. And I have an announcement. So Hannibal and Monty, I've known Monty for about 10 years now. If you don't know, his producer Zoe, she's a young up and comer, and so she's pretty amazing, and she does a really good job with their show. So she's gonna run Oral Audacity for me. So I'm pretty excited to have them on board. Hannibal has been like a brother to me. He's like a brother to me at this point. We've known each other for so long, and I've known Zoe since she was a toddler. So it's like, God, I'm old, but that's all right. So Zoe's going to be producing the show now. And so she's going to hop on and handle Oral Audacity. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's neat. And tomorrow we have Tony Reed on. So that'll be a lot of fun. Talk about debunking evolution and stuff like that. And then the following Sunday we'll have Dr. Amanda Glaze, and then after her we have Omnieris back on. He has his own channel, and he and Doc have a show on Saturdays called PvP, Psychic Vampires. So I will be appearing on that show this evening, so do check it out. And tomorrow, like I said, noon Central is Oral Audacity. So new things are happening, and things change, and that's how it goes, and that's just what happens. So I thought I would give that announcement. I'm kind of digging this setup. What do you guys think? Do you like the animated screens and stuff like that? The chat looks pretty cool. The alert box is over there. So for super chats, and we got our little, I guess that's called a boss thing or something. I'm learning so much. So I also need to thank Tatted Atheist from the Geek Room for helping me set this up. So Tatted Atheist, thank you so much for helping me set up stuff. I think he recommended Stream Elements. And so guys, I'm learning things, and I think this kind of looks better than before, in my opinion. But hey, it's all right. It's all right. Ah, gosh. So How are you guys? I thought today there's a bit of a weird overlap. Yeah, I tried to, I'm going to see if I can work with that a bit more, because it's like if I go smaller, other things don't show up so well. So thank you for that feedback. I'm going to work on with that. I can probably, you know what, let me just make me a bit smaller. How about that? Here we go. I'll make me a bit smaller. There we go. Easily solved. So thank you for that feedback, microbloganism. I can fix that for you. Sweet. So yes, there's my website, ScientistMel.com. If you haven't checked it out, it's working now. I was having issues with my website, but it's working now, and that's where you find all the things, all the stuff and things. And I have articles there. I have resources there. My slides for my shows are there. Jackson Wheat. I'm giving a section of my website to Jackson so he can post the stuff that he writes. So we're going to call it Jackson Wheat Evolution Corner. So we're going to add that little section on there for him so he has a place to where he can post his stuff that he's doing. So I'm pretty excited about that. So that's all new things that are up and coming. I'm trying to think of other things. Stuff and things and more stuff. That's right. Stuff and things and more stuff. So I thought today we could talk about, let's see. Let me go over here. So if you haven't checked this out, you guys don't need to see that part. Let me move that out of the way. I'm going to move this out of the way because duh. Oh, goodness. It starts out as a corner and but evolves into a full polygon. It might do that. So I thought we could go through some new science things that I found, because I don't have a particular topic. And I'm going to probably get into more detail about this on Sunday on Oral Audacity. So recently, Scientific American posted this particular article by an author named Jennifer Block. She's a bit of a pseudoscience pusher. That's not really cool. And it was a criticism of Dr. Jen Gunter. And this apparently was fueled by a few tweets associated with that, criticizing Jennifer Block by Dr. Jen Gunter, which apparently warranted an opinion piece. Now, the thing is, it's not the opinion piece that's the issue. It's the fact that Scientific American has posted this opinion piece that's promoting woo. It's promoting the idea that we need woo. Oh, no, it's okay. Thanks for being here, guys. So, and it's a heavy criticism of Dr. Jen Gunter, which I find particularly awful to be on, of all things, Scientific American. No, doctors are not gods, but they're experts. And so, hey, Nether. Hey, Tony. Hey, Microbloganism. I haven't had a chance to say hi to you guys in the chat. I'm sorry. Let me do that really quickly. Critical Cripple was here first. Woo! He said woof. And then we've got Stupid Horror Energy. Hello. Alrighty. Gonna go for it's here. Microbloganism. What's up? Tony Designs. Nether. How you doing? So, and we're also streaming on Periscope as well as DLive, Facebook, and Twitch. So there you go. So, hey guys, and I should be able to see all of those chats as well. If you're able to pop on there and say hi, that'll all show up. Hey, Math Pig. Hello, Mr. Shadow Kitty. So we're talking about this article that came out, and it's an opinion piece. But it's not that it's a critique of Jen. Let's get this straight. Jen can take it, okay? She can handle criticism. You know, most of us ladies, including myself in STEM, can handle criticism. That's not the issue. The issue is that this was posted in a science magazine, something that prides itself on accuracy, facts, fact-based type of information. And this particular article, Go Forth Self-Healers, this is a heavy criticism of Jen. And it's essentially kind of saying, how dare she go against Woo and say women shouldn't use jade eggs, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, no, you are not the experts of us. That's what she says right here, guys. Sorry, no, you're not the experts of us. We'll consider your opinions, but henceforth you will not have a monopoly on our health. Thanks. Here, let me blow that up a bit. Let me blow that up so you guys can see that a bit better. Look at that. Okay. Dr. Leah Torres has been on my channel quite a bit in the past. She's been on This Week in BS. She's also been on Oral Audacity. Maybe I need to make a phone call and have her pop back on again sometime. Hey, Drag, what's up? So she's essentially saying this opinion piece is saying that Dr. Jen Gunter is not an expert of us. She is an expert of OBGYN. Yes, she is. So Scientific American, shame on you. This is terrible. This is not science. You're promoting this idea that Karen at the Starbucks, who Googled something about her vagina, knows more than Dr. Jen Gunter or Dr. Leah Torres or any of these other people who have spent, possibly 8 to 10 years just learning about women's bodies. She got undergrad biology degree. Okay, so if you're not familiar with how medical school works, you usually get an undergrad degree in a science, usually biology, can be chemistry, biochemistry. Usually a lot of the path, they get a biology degree and then get a minor in like biochem. It makes them more competitive. They get into medical school. That's another 4 years. Then you have residency, a couple years of that. So you're looking at about 10 years of schooling just on, 6 years of that on medicine, 4 years of that standard basic biology. Yes, Dr. Jen Gunter and Dr. Leah Torres are absolutely experts when it comes to women's bodies. They practice on women's bodies all the time. Who is this woman? This woman is Jennifer Block. So she got mad because Dr. Jen Gunter criticized her in a couple tweets from a while ago. And so that warranted her to have this huge opinion piece post, and that's fine. People are going to be angry. They're going to get upset. They're going to be like, well, she's not the boss of me. No, doctors are not the boss of you, but they are experts. So you don't have to do what your doctor says. Let's keep that in mind. You don't have to do what your doctor says. There is no law requiring you to get medical attention in any kind whatsoever. None. You can completely not go to the doctor. That's okay. That is your right. But it's not okay for Scientific American to push this nonsense. So it's okay. Hey guys. Yes, and Dr. Jen Gunter has years of experience on top of that. So years of it. I don't know how many babies she's delivered. I don't know how many pap smears she's done. I don't even think she keeps count. But I don't know how many patients she's had. But she has years of experience over this, what's her name again? I can't even remember her name. Jennifer Block. So no, they're wrong. Scientific American, you are wrong for this. This is not okay. You're like, well, this is an opinion piece. Guys, here you go. Here's the thing. You can email Scientific American. And let me see. There is an email. Where is their email? Contact us. Email Scientific American. You can call them. You can email them. Let's see. You can do all of these things. This is not okay. We have enough woo pushers. We don't need a science magazine like this doing this sort of thing. Hey, what's up? Hey, Jake Jonas. Thanks for subscribing. Y'all like the little alert box? That was Stephen Hawking in his chair doing science stuff. So, thanks for subscribing, Jake Jonas. So go through general contact info. You can not advertising, editorial, press inquiries. I don't know about any of that. But you can go through and do that. I think I retweeted something on my Twitter for Dr. Jen Gunter about contacting Scientific American and asking them to remove that. So, oh, thank you. Hey, Mel, just popped in to say hello. Hope everyone has a nice day. For some reason, I wasn't subbed anymore, so I resubbed. Well, thank you, Jake Jonas. Oh, God. And block cites a paper in a known predatory journal. I know. So it's like, why are you doing this? It's just shame on you. The views expressed are those of the authors and not necessarily those of Scientific American. That's how they get away with that. But Scientific American, if it was based on evidence, that would be different. It's not based on evidence. So this is pretty bad. And so they're getting mad that she hasn't written about leaps or any other gynecological controversies besides labiaplasty. Okay, if you're not familiar with leaps, okay, all right, so that is a procedure where they go through and remove a section of your cervix if it has precancer cells, okay? They don't do that unless they're concerned that, those cells are going to be cancerous. That's not something it's a pretty standard practice, but still. Hey, Tad of Philosophy, thank you. And I thanked you at the beginning for helping me put this together. So much appreciative hugs. I don't know. Like non-weird hugs. Consensual, nice hugs for that. So hit the bell and the subscribe button. Thank you. So I know it's not SOP for them, but could Scientific American be doing this precisely to get publicity both for her and themselves? Maybe. So yeah, TGR Billy. If you want to know the commands for the bot, hit exclamation point and commands. If you're on YouTube, StreamBot will play around and do some games with you. So have a go with that. Yep. And yeah, the screen background is very nice. Well, thank you. I found that, and since Billy helped me build this computer, and I do want to take a moment to thank those who helped me crowdfund my computer, I'm able to run things like this. Doesn't this look better for the show? This is awesome. So as I was saying about leaps, okay, that's where they go in and they remove the section of your cervix that has the pre-cancer cells. And if you're not familiar with cervical cancer, it's usually caused by the virus HPV. And the majority of the time, they remove that section of cells, that bit of tissue. It's a teeny bit of tissue from my understanding. Teeny bit of tissue. It also helps initiate an immune response to get rid of the virus. and so for those persistent infections. So it not only does it remove that, it more than likely removes the virus altogether for the particular cells that it's been infected, because they test for that. And it also removes the precancer cells. And then it's fine. Multiple leaps can be a problem, but the leap itself is not a bad thing. So this is also pushing a lot of fear propaganda. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, I see. You're right, Tatted. One thing I forgot, but that's okay. You know what? Everybody deserves different things. So, yeah, I understand. That's okay. So, by the way, if you guys are watching, remember, at the end of December, I am going to send out a swag bag for the person who has the most Mel's Minions points. If you're on YouTube, you can collect points by playing around, by interacting, just by, engaging the show and watching it. So here you go. Thanks for the heads up, Tatted. And it is a lot better than cancer, and the thing is cervical cancer takes a long time to manifest. You will have precancer for a while. You could have it, and then it, and sometimes the precancer it can turn into cancer, but they would just rather remove it than anything else. So yeah. So shame on you, Scientific American. Stop this. Ugh. If this were Gunter's agenda, she'd be part of a much larger conversation led by people with humility about the body healing and not infallible profession of medicine. What does that even mean? Oh my goodness. They are concerned with medical reversals, devices that have been permanently inserted into humans without any study at all. What? Scientific American. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Scientific American needs to stop. So, whatever. And guys, just so you know, I go back through Streamlabs and give out Mel's Minions points for people who are engaged in Oral Audacity as well and in the show. So I do go through and add those in. So, oh my goodness. So I'm pretty angry about Scientific American with that. But, there you go. Another thing I thought I could show you, which I thought this was pretty cool. If you haven't checked this out, let's zoom in here. You can go through nsf.gov/news, research news. They list all of the research that's come out in order, everything. This has been almost the entire month of November. Let's see. This is almost the entire month of November. And I've pulled up a couple of articles we're going to talk about here in a minute. But so I thought I would just kind of chat with you guys for a second and catch up and see what's going on. So Block is insulted that someone knows more about her body than herself. I agree with that to an extent. I believe a person can know their body really well and sometimes better to a degree than other people. Like, for instance, you can know when you're about to have your cycle. You can know those things. Your doctor's not going to know right away, and cycles are different, but there's some things that are just like, there are things that you're going to know about your body better than your doctor. But when it comes to the standard diseases, treatments, medications, what a healthy uterus and cervix looks like, you're going to be looking at, you need to go to an OBGYN. They're going to know more about that than you are. So let's catch up on the chat here. Oh, yeah, I do hand out points on the shows, yes. I actually, okay, Tony Design says, I actually had a conversation the other day about how to assess the best periodicals. I said, go with Science and Nature and check anything else. Is there a list somewhere? You know, I could actually make a list. You could look at journals based on impact factors. That's going to be how often the stuff in that journal is going to be cited. So yeah. You could check there based on impact factors, list of journals based on impact factors, and you can go with different topics. Usually medical and cancer stuff is going to be pretty high up there. So yes. Yeah, steaming your genitals. I thought it said streaming your genitals, and I'm like, yeah, we don't do that here. Steaming your genitals, yes. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. So, goodness. Anyone interested in balanced, unbiased science reporting, check out science.org. That could be a good thing. Start out with journal, but make sure to check out the authors on PubPeer too. Yes, if something sounds off. I love PubPeer. Let's pull that up so you guys can see. So I've kind of talked about this before on Audacity. And yes, you can join my Discord if you want. We're pretty cool there. Let's see. So let me pull this up over here. Okay, it's going to take a moment for that to pop up. There we go. If you're not familiar with PubPeer, you can get the PubPeer, you can get a browser plugin. What they do is they go through and you can put the link to, or the DOI number or any ID keyword author on PubPeer. So let's type in Wakefield and see what we get. Oh my goodness. Hopefully we don't see Andrew Wakefield in here. Fake news or weak science. So let's pick on this. This was a year ago. So what they do is they go through and they'll post and critique a particular paper. So if there's any issues that they find with the data, there will be people who will chime in the bottom. Let's see. Retracted. So here's one that was retracted. Retraction of an interpretation. So you can go through and find different articles that were retracted as well. So there's lots of different things you can kind of go through and do here. I love PubPeer for this reason. And the thing that I also like about this, particularly if you are a science student or a STEM student, this shows you what to look for. This shows you what to look for in different types of articles that are published. And there's a lady that follows me on Twitter. I really need to find her. Let me. I'll find her later. I retweet her often. She's into cell biology, and she gets into a little bit of DNA and RNA as well. And she'll go through and she does these little challenges like, do you see? And she actually educates you on how to look at the data and see what the errors are. And she goes, do you see what the error is here? I love her. She's amazing. So you can kind of go through and find that as well. So check out PubPeer. Oh yeah. Peter, you can't play on Audacity. You do have access to the folder. Okay, yeah, Mel, we do leaps and this is from Nether, we do leaps at the Pathology Institute I work at. It's an insane amount of work for us, given how small the tissue sample usually is. We do more slides for them than we do whole colonectomies. Yes, and it's a small amount of tissue. It's not that, I won't say it's not a painful procedure, because, you know, I'm not going to try to qualify or quantify somebody's pain who's going through it, but my understanding is it's a small amount of tissue and they numb the area. It's minimal recovery time. So it's kind of like, whatever. Tattered philosophy, coffee in the butt. Oh my goodness. And we're playing heists. All right. Okay. Let me catch up. Yes, Elizabeth Beck. Yes, she's awesome. She's a microbiologist by training. Sweet. Yeah, about a dime size on average. So do check out PubPeer if you're curious. Hey! Angry Roach, $10 through Super Chat. Let me see. What did you say? I'm trying to find where your Super Chat is, and I did not do the pop out. Ah, you just Super Chat. I need points to gamble. Okay. Super Chat, Angry Roach. Okay. You know what? You gave me a $10 Super Chat. I will give you some points for that. How about that? Peter, shoot me a direct message and remind me that I need to give Angry Roach some points on Streamlabs so he can gamble some points in the future. So thank you for the Super Chat, by the way. All right. So let's have a look a bit about some of this research news. So now PubPeer is great. Do check it out. Particularly, can I front Angry Roach? You might can. I'm not certain. I would just go into Streamlabs right now and put in points, but I think that might be weird to do right in the middle. So you might can. I don't know what the command is for that if you want to front him some points. So anywho, so yes, do check out PeerPub, particularly if you are a STEM student, because they go through and they kind of show you what's wrong with certain types of data. So it's a good educational site as well. All right, so let's have a look at this. Let's look at this news that's popped up on using a smartphone to detect norovirus. So I haven't read this yet. I just pulled this up and I thought we could kind of explore this together. PubPeer sounds French Canadian. It might be. It might be French Canadian. Oh, that's fine. I'm just joking. I think I do give points out. I think I have the Streamlabs set up to where you get points when you do a super chat. I think you do get Mel's Minions points for that. I'll double check that. I got to update a few things anyway, so that's okay. Okay, so using a smartphone to detect norovirus. So here we've got, and this is on the National Science Foundation. This is all research that they fund. So if you haven't checked out the stuff that's going on, so if you want to see what's new in science and coming out, don't just wait for me to show it to you. Go and check out nsf.gov/news, and you can see the latest and greatest in scientific discovery. So let's look through some of this together. And they link you to usually they'll link you to the paper. Sometimes they just talk, okay, here's where they publish their results. Okay, let's go here. Watch it be a paywall. Oh, no, it's not. Fantastic. And, I need to renew my ACS membership. All right, so here's the original paper. So let's have a look at this. So if you want a lighter read, you can go through here and kind of see. So let's see what they have to say. So this came out right before Thanksgiving, right? A little bit of norovirus. Now I have combo number 5, or Mambo number 5, not combo number 5. A little bit of norovirus in my nose, This is a highly infectious microbe, so it's 20 million cases of food poisoning. Oh, no, it's not a nose thing. That's right. It's an eating thing. If you have norovirus in your nose, you're not consuming food correctly. Is it a catalytic test? I'm not certain. So let's see. It's a team of universities created a simple, portable, and inexpensive method for detecting extremely low levels of norovirus. The rapid, low-cost water quality monitoring system could be a transforming tool. The challenge is addressed. Okay, so they don't say how it works. So let's look at the paper. Then you're like, where is it? What is it doing? Okay, so let me blow this up so you guys can have a look with it with me. Here we go, Nether. Smartphone-based paper microfluidic particulometry of norovirus from environmental water samples at the single copy level. I said all of that correctly, but if you ask me to spell Wednesday, vacuum, carousel, yeah, I'm lost. I can't spell those words correctly, but I can say those, and I can probably spell all that correctly too. So let's see what they have to say. So this comes from Suchung, Lane E. Breshears, Sean Perea, Christina Morrison, Walter Betancourt, Kelly Reynolds, and Zhongyul Yoon. So these are the authors of this paper. So I'm just going to kind of read this out in case people can't read it. Human enteric viruses can be highly infectious, and so they're capable of causing disease upon ingestion of low doses ranging from 10 degrees to 10 to the 0 to 10 to the second virions. So this is a good example with a minimum infectious dose as low as a few tens of virions. It is below a femtogram scale. So if you're not familiar, grams are units of mass. Femto is teeny, teeny, tiny. It's really small. Norovirus detection from commonly implicated environmental matrices, water and food. So basically you can get it in water and food, and they're trying to detect it in advance before it reaches the population. So it's a complicated concentration of viruses and or amplification, it says, of the norovirus genome. So this particular detection approaches are not feasible if you're in the field. So you can't really get a sample of the norovirus, run it on genetic code while you're out and about. So you need to have like a portable way to test for norovirus. And so for this particular work, what it says, they performed it on microfluidic paper and an analytic device without using any sample concentration or nucleic acid amplification. So all they had to do, they didn't have to amplify any kind of DNA. They didn't have to do anything of that. They used a microfluidic, which basically it's like a teeny tiny little thing that has paper, and then it's able to draw in a sample, and then there's some kind of analytical type of app that they use in order to detect the virus. So I need to see what they say. And so what they did is they used steps by directly imaging and counting on paper aggregation of antibody conjugated fluorescent submicron particles. Oh my God, okay, so this is what they did. So eventually they put antibodies on this paper. They were able to attach the norovirus to it and amplify it using their app by counting them. That's freaking awesome. They have antibody paper that they put a sample, a little drop of, and the viruses will stick to the antibodies. And then they use an app in order to check it out. Isn't that cool? An in-house developed smartphone-based fluorescence microscope. I need a fluorescence app microscope. And no, I need an app that's a fluorescence microscope now. I really feel like I need this in my life. I have no idea what I would do with it. I would probably also need antibody conjugated microfluidic paper and say, does this water have viruses? But, it's highly specific. So it's like, today I'm going to check for norovirus. Fantastic. None in my water supply. We're doing a good job. How do you do that? So it's like, okay. Oh my goodness. So that's pretty awesome, guys. I'm like, this is like Christmas kind of. I'm like, this is pretty exciting. So you can check this out. Let me see if I can put it here in, let me see if I can put it here in a link to this paper. You guys want to check it out. There you go. You can read along with me, if you want to check that out. If you want to look at the easier version, I'm going to put that in the YouTube chat as well. Don't know if that would fit anywhere else, but there you go. Hey, How awesome is that? So please do check out that. Let's see. What else do we want to look at? This one. Okay. So this again I pulled up. Has to do with emperor penguins. It was on the research news on the National Science Foundation. It was posted around November 18th, which is pretty cool. 18th, so not too long ago, about 12 days ago. This one talks about global warming. More global warming. Let me catch up on the chat here briefly. Let's see. Angry Roach, you got 1,056 Mel's Minions points. Awesome. Let's see. Spelling is a talent as much as a skill. You know, I did get into a spelling bee when I was younger, and I got really far, and the word that got me was carousel. Carousel. I think it was the 8th grade. I still can't spell that word right. That's why authors have editors. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So when I'm giving a talk, if I have to work something out, like write out a thing on a board, whether it's a smart board or an expo, dry erase or chalk, I'm like, there's no spell check on the board. I'm like, there's no spell check. Oh my God. Simple words. But if you want me to write lysophosphatidic acid, I got you. Vacuum? Nah. Carousel? Nah. Wednesday? I have to say Wednesday? Nah. Lysophosphatidic acid, man. Yep. Got that. Has to be immunochemical. Yes. Good job. Good call on that. Microorganism. Is there an app for that? Yes, there is. I need it too. Can we get that? We are getting closer to the tricorder. Next thing you know, man, maybe they'll be able to do, we can already do blood sugar tests with pretty easy little stuff. Might be able to do a thing. I'm going to sell antibody paper like the old-fashioned fly paper strips hang from the ceiling to capture all those pesky viruses in my house. You can do one better. You can do one better. I'll see if I can find it. There's, the air purify, the air quality things that can attract the pollen and stuff, that it ends up releasing ozone in your house. I used to have one of those. They also have one that comes with ultraviolet lights. So when the air passes through, there's these charged plates that attract. I think they're positively charged. I think pollen usually has a negatively charged group on it, and it'll attach to those plates. But there's also ultraviolet light. So when the air circulates and goes through, the ultraviolet light destroys the other stuff. So it's pretty cool. So I think was it Sharper Image came out with something like that? There's actually antibody-based chromatography methods like that. Yes, there is. It's like flow cytometry is one thing. Flow cytometry, which is really kind of cool. You can check that out. I was joking. So Nether, yes. Do you know about flow cytometry? Nether, it's pretty cool stuff. Tony's like, I was joking, the people who think you can put half an onion in a bowl and it catches the viruses and germs. Oh my goodness. I think it's if you put lemon in a glass of water, it's supposed to eliminate the negative energy in your house. I don't remember. Oh gosh, been reading some self-published novels on Kindle Unlimited. So many grammar and spelling errors. Yes. Mel has, oh God. Tony, that's a long word. Hippomonstrosesquipt alliophilia. Hippomonstrosesquipt alliophilia. Is that how you say that word? Because that's a big word. Although I wouldn't know what to use it for. Maybe use DAPI on yeast. Maybe. Yeah, you'd have to keep DAPI. I don't think people realize antibodies are expensive. They're really not cheap. You have to spend a lot of money to get through all of those. So it's oh my gosh, it's a lot of freaking money to buy. Because we used, when I was doing research, we used CD63. And I think that was for MCF7 line of breast cancer cells. Big word for the love of big words. Flow cytometry, because no one has time to count that many cells. Yes, sticking on there. But yeah, antibody conjugation is really important, particularly in immunology, when you're looking to study whether it's cancer or viruses, or it's pretty important. Well, Daffy isn't an antibody, but it's still fairly expensive. Fair enough. Y'all like this? I've decided to have a Nightmare Before Christmas decorations at my house for Christmas. So that'll be cool. Some good quality medibles are great for chasing away negative spirits in the home. Medibles. Is that a new word? I make up words all the time on this show. It's great. All right, so let's talk about penguins. Emperor penguin population expected to decline by year 2100. For a minute, I thought that said Fox News Media, and I was about to have a conniption. But it doesn't. It says for News Media. All right. So unless warming is slowed, emperor penguins will march towards extinction. So, I don't like that title. It makes me so sad, but I guess that's kind of the point, right? To kind of initiate an emotional response about this. So they are charismatic, and we get a lot of nature shows based on emperor penguins. So this particular study was at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution. We found that warming climate may render the penguins extinct by the end of the century. So here's the results. Let's have a look at the results, man. Yep, that's fine. Goodbye. So usually the NSF studies, you're able to get, can I read the full text? Paywall. I can usually get around those, being in academia. We'll see. The Paris Agreement objectives will likely halt future declines of emperor penguins. So we show that 80% of the colonies are projected to be quasi-extinct by 2100. Thus, the total abundance of emperor penguins is projected to decline by at least 81% relative to its initial size, regardless of dispersal abilities. So this was business as usual greenhouse gas emissions. So essentially, with the current rate that we're doing with our greenhouse gas, this is kind of like the trend. If we continue to increase the amount of CO2, it's primarily CO2 is the biggest issue with that. And as an aside, if you're curious about a thing, I know by the end of the century, it's pretty frightening what's happening with them. But the good news, here's the good news. In contrast, if the Paris Agreement objectives are met, viable emperor penguin refuges, not refugees, although I'm now thinking about penguin refugees, and I'm thinking that might need to be a film. So, oh God, poor penguin refugees. Refuge. More coffee. Put the coffee in the mouth. So essentially, in contrast, if the Paris Agreement objectives are met, viable emperor penguin refuges will exist in Antarctica, and only 19% and 31% colonies are projected to be quasi-extinct. So that's better than 80. That's still alarming, but it's better than 80. So we'll kind of see about that. Happy feet too. Sad pun. Yeah, I got a small blush keychain penguin I got from the pharma concern Roche. I named them Cardial Rochelo. Well, they will at least have a shorter walk. Oh my God. I love you too, Nate Brody. You're awesome. You need to come back on Oral Audacity soon. So we should talk about, more sciencey and law things. All right. So here we go. So yes. So however, population growth rates stabilize in 2060 such that the global population will only be declining at 0.07%. So hopefully, if the Paris Agreement's met, penguins will do a bit better. They will likely recover by 2060. The decline will slow down. It could be a good thing. Cardinal Richelieu. Okay. So I want to kind of show you guys something. You guys want to see something? If you don't know, I absolutely love this website. And I've used it a lot when I've been teaching. So let me catch up. I think I've caught up on the chat. Christmas Spock, Nate. Oh, goodness. Yes. I could actually, maybe I'll have Christmassy style looking stuff here. But, hey. So I kind of want to show you guys. This. So check this out. They have varying levels. I love these simulations, and I think I might start using these a bit more when I'm talking about a topic. So they have earth science, and they have it by grade level. There's actually stuff that's like useful for undergrad. So if you're in college and you're taking a science class, this is a really good website. And I'm slated to give a talk at a college about incorporating these digital type of simulations in instruction as well as in assignments to help engage college level students and help them, become, be more successful in their classes. So let's click on chemistry. Look at all this stuff and things, guys. I'm going to zoom in a bit. So check this out. Let's see. So there's all kinds of different things here. There's one on climate change. And I like this, the greenhouse effect. They also have an app on your phone. And this website is phet.colorado.edu. And you can download the simulation. I love this thing. Okay. Why can't I play it? Okay. Close. Why can't I play this? This hasn't... I have to install... I don't have Java. Do I not have Java? I've played this before. Maybe not on here. Let's find something else that I can play. What do you guys want to look at? Let's look at... Maybe one of these I can do. Beer's Law, spectroscopy. How about that? Let's play some spectroscopy. All right. So you can do concentration or you can do Beer's Law. So the thing that I like about this sort of stuff, you can alter the wavelength. And this is looking at drink mix. So you can have transmittance versus absorbance, what's being absorbed in it. This is how we know what's in a solution based on, our wavelength. So we can say, all right, so notice the drink mix. The drink mix is red, right? It's constant. But we can determine the concentration by how much light it absorbs on a particular wavelength. So since the drink is red, we would expect it to absorb the red thing. But not all molecules are so cut and dry with color. But if we look at like potassium chromate, it's not really absorbing that much. So here we get like, it's absorbed. There's very little light coming through. So that's how much light that's yellow that's coming through. So you can figure out the concentration. You can figure out the concentration of a thing based on how much light comes through, which is pretty awesome. But I love this website. Let's go to, if you guys want to go to Earth Science, because apparently I think I have to download Java or update it or something, which is a pain in the butt. But I like this stuff. Plate tectonics for Windows only. Oh, that's Java. It's not going to let me play it. But you guys get the gist of it. Wave interference. Look at this, man. Check this out. You can play around with waves. And you can change the frequency. You can lower the amplitude. How cool is that? So, if you're struggling with any kind of science, if you're having a hard time with a particular topic, let's see. Now let's try it. We can do sound. So here's sound waves. So if you're struggling with particular types of concepts, I love this website because it has so much interactive stuff here. So what the point of why I was bringing this up is because you can go through and you can play around with the greenhouse effect. This gets on the molecular level. I wish I could keep. I apparently need to download Java, and I don't know where I need to get that. So I'll have to download it later. But do check this out. So if you're not certain on how it is that greenhouse gases work and what they do, they bounce back infrared photons. And so play around with it. If you guys like to play games, play science games. It's absolutely awesome. So I don't know why people don't, do it. There's even stuff on biology. Color vision, density, eating and exercise, membrane channels, molecule polarity. Let's see, do they have, since I'm more of a chemist, reaction rate, salts and solubility? I want to go through here. Where is VASPER? Molecule shapes. I love this. This is so cool. Let's do real molecules. So if you have a hard time with conceptualizing the shapes of molecules, you can play around with this. It'll let you know the electron geometry and the molecule geometry. So if you're struggling, the reason why I reinforce a lot of this, particularly when I'm talking, is Streamlabs ignoring me? I don't think Streamlabs is ignoring you. So particularly for people who have a hard time with conceptualizing molecules, and if you can't afford like a hands-on set, you can show the bond angles, this sort of thing, and play around. That's a water molecule. Here's xenon. This is the shapes that they kind of make. Now they don't make like these perfect lines, but it gives you an idea to where you can play around. And you can get rid of the lone pairs if you want, the lone pairs of electrons. But the point is it helps you conceptualize. So anybody can really do a lot of this. So I think I'm giving a talk at a college in January about how to incorporate this into lectures, as well as diversification of assignments. And just it's another tool that's kind of makes science accessible for people. So do check it out. You can have a look at that. So I hope you guys like that. I'm going to catch up on the chat a bit more, and then I guess we'll kind of round it out. Isn't that cool? That is cool, Tony, isn't it? I love it. That was a sexy cone on that speaker. Golly. Oh, hey, Steve Bowden. What's up, guys? So, how complex can that get? Which thing? How I think for the building of the molecules, you can. I'm not certain. I'm not certain how complex it gets, since it is a simulation. It at least is a teaching tool. I don't think you can build onto that, but it is at least a teaching tool that allows you an opportunity to kind of go through and see what electron pairs, how they contribute to the shape of molecules, because that's particularly important. So let's see. You bought a model set for your 4th semester biochem classes. You barely used it at all. There you go. But I needed one for my organic class. I needed a model set for my organic class. So yeah, so you guys found the other commands. That's fun. So yeah, but yeah, that's all kind of cool stuff. I guess I can kind of show you maybe one more simulation. So if you haven't given that a go, let's see. Let's check out. There's math here. There be math, guys. They have physics stuff here as well. If you're scared of fractions, some people are scared of fractions, but they have graphing lines. If you need a refresher on algebra, and they have games too. So they have a lot of analytical chemistry, and a lot of chemistry is based on algebra. If you get into more of thermodynamics and quantum, then you're going to get more into calculus type of stuff. But as far as like analytical chemistry, trying to plot data, trying to figure out concentrations of things, this is the bread and butter. So this kind of goes through and helps you with point slope. So if you need a refresher on math and you're like, I hadn't had algebra in a while, you can give this a go. So gosh, let's see. Klingons killed their gods millennia ago. They were more trouble than they were worth, says Nether. I have a model set. I can use it as it has decorations. Yeah, you can. If you put a lot of water molecules together, you can spill it. That's a water spill. I like doing that sometimes. It's not real, but instead an incredible simulation. That's cool. You have to give Michael Dorn credit for his deadpan deliveries as Worfman. He was amazing. Some people are scared of fractions, but only a third of the time. Oh, a fraction of people. Yep. Let's see. If you take any science classes, take calculus first. I didn't start comprehending physics 101 until I was 2/3 through Calc 101. I had to take trigonometry before I could take physics, even though I'd had calculus. And so that was kind of required for that, which was interesting. So there you go. Let's see. But yeah, so, give that a go. So again, the website is phet.colorado.edu. Check it out. You can play around a bit. It's by device. You can also play on an iPad versus like a laptop. So you can kind of pick if something's a bit more heavy on the system. But, have a look. And also, please do check out research news on the National Science Foundation. We've also talked about this horrible piece that Scientific American decided to post, by Jennifer Block. It promotes pseudoscience, bad science, and woo, and basically says that doctors are not experts. They are experts of their field. So, write to Scientific American and ask them to remove this article. And you can do that. You can send them an email, or call them even. You can do that. There's their contact information. Just click on Scientific American. I know I've sent them. I've promoted this on my Twitter. Go check out Dr. Jen Gunter. She's got emails listed there, probably more specific than these. So there you go. So yeah, guys, I'm glad you like the setup. This is awesome. And don't forget, the end of December, swag bag. Gonna toss in some stuff. I'm also gonna toss in one of my action figures I got in the back here. So you'll have an action figure all your own. I sign it or whatever, and little snippets of things kind of thrown in there. So yeah, So one more time, I'm going to catch up on the chat, and we'll have a quick little talk. Don't forget that tomorrow, Oral Audacity, and tomorrow we'll have Tony Reed. He'll be on. We'll be talking about debunking evolution. Is that a thing? It is a thing, and people still try to do it. Many thanks to Hannibal and Monty. Zoe, their producer, is now going to be producing Oral Audacity, and I'm excited that I can help support such an amazing group of people and also promote a young artist. Zoe's a young artist. I also I try to do that. I have another young artist who draws a lot of my stuff for my Patreon. So the digital art that's there actually came from another artist, Organized Chaos. There's also art. I do try to promote artists and the work that they do because they're important. There's a whole division of science associated with just colorizing, scanning electron microscopy, and visualizing different types of instrumentation. So it's really cool. So do check out tomorrow. Following Sunday, I've got Dr. Amanda Glaze. Omnieris will be on December 15th, I believe. And I'm not certain what we'll be talking about. Dr. Amanda Glaze will be talking about overcoming the obstacles associated with cultural resistance to evolution education. So she'll be on to talk a bit about her work. She's amazing. And gosh, then we'll probably take a break for a couple weeks for the holidays and just kind of take a moment to breathe. So there's always that. Also, guys, my direct messages are always open. So if you ever want to talk about anything or ask me questions, you can always ask me there. I'm pretty much an open book, and I'm happy to share pretty much anything with anyone. That's within reason. So if you have any questions or you want to contact me, my direct messages are always open on Twitter. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. You can also contact me on my website. I'll show you where you can go for that. Here's my website, ScientistMel.com. I've got articles. You can go there, see everything that I've written. I've written quite a bit. I need to update that. I also have a shop. I have a place I'm going to start working on my quizzes more, where you can kind of take different little quizzes and check your knowledge, which is kind of neat. I'm trying to get into a master class where you two can have more one-on-one discussions with me. Gonna be boosting this a bit more. Coming soon. Tutoring services available, and if you want to learn about a particular topic, small online class sizes, just so you can learn a thing. So you can give that a go. Podcast is here. You can learn about my podcast episodes. Patrons get early access to them. Patreon.com/ScientistMel. So with that said, you guys are awesome. I am so glad that you're here. It seems like I'm streaming on YouTube at this YouTube events and Stream Now. So sorry about that. Double stream, it seems, that has popped up for some weird reason. We'll not do that in the future. Sorry for any confusion on that. Just noticed that now. Anyway, I'm trying to catch up. All right. Hannibal, what's up? So Zoe's going to be producing for me now. And do check out Hannibal and Monty's show. Peter is going to be making an intro for her production work. So I'm excited about that. And we gotta see what's going on. Yeah, I missed it. That's okay. And apparently I was silly and I've streamed it on 2 separate streams. So apologies for that. That's my fault. You're not actually streaming on the other one. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for sorting that out. Anywho, there you go. So, let's read a little bit from Mr. Rogers. Why not? I love Mr. Rogers. Somebody sent me an article with him saying that he farted on purpose to make his wife laugh. I love that about him. That's hilarious to me. I don't know why that's so funny, but there you go. Alrighty. So, hey Keon, what's up? All right, so let's go with We Are All Neighbors. How about that? 133. The World According to Mr. Rogers. Let's read a little bit of that. Let's see. Gonna just pick something. All right, so here's something. The older I get, the more I seem to be able to appreciate my neighbor, whomever I happen to be with at the moment. Oh, sure, I've always tried to love my neighbor as myself. However, the more experiences I've had, the more chances I've had to see the uniqueness of each person, as well as each tree and plant and shell and cloud, and the more I find myself delighting every day. So that's awesome. The more I find myself delighting in it every day. Let's see. There's so many things. When you combine your own intuition with a sensitivity to other people's feelings and moods, you may be close to the origins of valuable human attributes such as generosity, altruism, compassion, sympathy, and empathy. So just be kind, you know. So you wasn't kind. You weren't confused until I brought it up just now. So sorry about that. Gosh. So yeah, do check out that book, The World According to Mr. Rogers. Default to kindness. Kindness is free, and we don't have enough of that, you know. We don't have enough kindness in the world. So I guess I'm going to end with Mr. Rogers and say, you always make each day special for me. You know how? By just your being you. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my website. And, you know, I really appreciate all of the messages that I get, particularly people who want to learn more about a particular thing. And I'm an open book. Oh, yay. Thank you, Eric Cortez, pledging $5 via Patreon. Nikola Tesla thanks you as well. So I appreciate that. I'm going to start posting more audio podcasts of the audio versions of Worldacity on my website, so that will update. I've had website issues, so I haven't been able to do that, but I will be posting that more on Patreon, and I will start having a monthly hangout with just me and my patrons. Will probably happen on Sundays, so look for that. We'll have a video chat, and you'll get to talk with me. So also, if you have any questions, or, you know, if you want to ask me anything, I'm an open book, and I'm happy to share whatever information I have on any particular topic. Even if it's a controversial or hard topic, I want people to know that I'm available to you. And, you know, your feelings matter to me. So if you have feelings about a thing and you want to talk to me about it, I'm absolutely here to discuss that with you. And I appreciate people coming to me when they have strong feelings about any particular controversial topic, and we have a good quiet talk, and I'm able to share things with them to kind of get the correct information out there. So I appreciate that, and I want to thank you for that, and all of my supporters and my friends and the amazing individuals that continue to lift. You know, we should lift each other, not bring each other down. So thank you so much, guys. Check out Worldacity tomorrow at noon Central Time. I believe that's GMT -6. So noon GMT -6. And I will see you guys next time. So talk to you guys later. Thank you again. Bye.